Hi, universe.
The Earth says hello.
Yes, we are hosting in the proper location this time. Okay,
Hey!
Woo.
so we are a couple weeks, or at least a week, I think, behind. Our daring adventurers uh, found themselves in an underground conclave that used to belong to a sect of elven druids, possibly elves of some sort that were working on trying to cure the madness of lycanthropes while also trying to be open to helping drow who want to escape the underdark and return to the surface. And they discovered something pretty awful happened down there, as in some not so nice drow had slowly poisoned and essentially destroyed this area. One drow had been turned into a drider, which they dispatched. There was fire, there was mayhem. Am I missing anything?
I was wicked fast.
Yes. Ara got poked painfully and then suddenly was very zippy. Could not hit
Skippy
a
almost
damn
died.
thing.
Yeah,
Skippy almost
died.
There were lots of spider things, and there's
They
still
set
webs
fire
floating
to
about.
stuff.
Yes, there's everything smells burnt and awful currently, since
That's why we left that area.
the fires have burnt out by this point. There was enough stuff to burn for a little while, but there's no real exit area, so there are exity areas for the smoke to go. They're just not very plentiful, so there's essentially like still a like thin fog area sort of filling the caverns now, making everything uh a bit more difficult to see, and uh smells fantastic. Anyone want to add anything?
We found some interesting magic shit
Oh yeah, you
in
did.
this weird mirror room.
There was a bunch of magical weapons that were found by sneaking into a mirror world. They are all silvery and have the faces of the moon etched into the hilts with a very moon related image set in the middle.
We
Hmm?
we also found a ring that was on the Drider.
The
That
ring
none of us
is.
took.
Yes, the ring is still on the Drider.
Right.
As far as I
Alright.
remember, because the carapace was kind of growing over it, so it wasn't so much I can pull the string off. So I have to take this finger if whoever wants the ring. Uh, and Ara wanted to speak with Iggy.
Yeah, it was, as they were walking away, I would have kind of just like held my arm out to stop him and have a chat.
He'll stop and adjust his cabinet of wonders.
So, where to start? Firstly, very appreciative for what you did.
Thank you.
It was very helpful.
You're welcome.
Now, I want you to know something. I rarely do anything without another goal in mind. Now, I didn't take that ring because you asked me not to. Do you understand?
Sure.
But since we found you, something has been off with you, and it seems like you're hiding something. And in my experience, people who hide things in this sort of situation tend to get others killed. So, you're going to tell me what it is exactly that has you so spooked about being down here, and if I don't find myself satisfied with your answer, you're going to walk away, and I'm going to go back there and do what I will.
My best friend is missing, and there's a lot of horrible shit down here.
Are you down here for any other reason? Why'd you come alone?
I didn't come alone. I came with Elzarna. We just came down in different locations.
Why?
Coverbore area.
What were you looking for?
The elves that were supposed to be here.
All right. I'll just walk away.
You just kind of watch. He watches her go for a bit and shrugs and trudges after.
While we're in the room, Dustin, before we take a long rest, is going to take out some of the cabbages, some of the other vegetables he has, still the good ones, and just start chopping up a salad for everybody, tossing a little bit, getting a little bit of pepper and things that he carried with him.
Iggy is tired. Like most of you are tired or hurt. He definitely seems Xanroar, you could definitely tell that he's tired. He's been going for a while. He's good, but he still needs to sleep. But he's kind of like up and pacing. He still has like the his cabinet on his back, and he's like deliberating. Like he's kind of like his pacing is taking him like into the room, and then he turns around and goes out of the room and down the hall, and then back this way. So he's just kind of not able to settle.
Just gonna sigh as I'm heading up my bedroll.
While he's pacing up and down, I'm just gonna go, Iggy, take some of the salad.
No,
Get some
thank
rest.
you.
You're not gonna get anywhere if you keep pacing back and forth like that. You need your rest too. We'll find him or her. I don't know pronouns.
He got a dick last I saw.
Finally, salad. I love salad.
Oh, good. Here. Well, I'm sure can last one more night. We need a rest and get our strength up. We can't go out the way we are right now, especially you as well.
Yes, it's best not to get all of us killed. If he's lasted this long, I'm sure he, like Dustin said, he can probably last one more night. If we keep going on, he'll be finding our corpses before long.
Kind of walks in the room, kind of like just circles around a bit, and then finally just plops.
Would you feel more comfortable if we all took watches and sort of looked out for it? Maybe go down the hall, just take a quick scan, and then pop back in and rest. And another one goes.
We should probably take watches anyway.
I agree with that.
DM, forgive me. How many watches does it take to get to a long rest?
Depends on how long the watches are. You need to sleep at least 6 hours. Like a long rest is 8 hours, 2 of which you could do stuff, but you need to sleep at least 6.
All right.
And I can trance, so I only need 4.
Yes.
I can take 2 hours.
I'll take some. I think Skippy's out though, so
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna
let him sleep.
be us 4.
Yes.
I can take 4. Like I said, I only need to trance for 4 hours.
All right. So would you rather take the last couple watches then while we take the couple first?
Sure.
I'm going to stay up the first. Xanroar, Iggy, which one wants to accompany me?
I'll stay up with you.
All right. Sounds good. And he comes to the realization he can't make a fire here to boil tea. So he's just going to put tea leaves in cold water and just sip it sadly.
Such a sad tea.
The tea leaves are made from your little plant that you saved, right?
Yeah.
Wait, are they?
No.
I got so excited. I was like, yes, embrace the chaos.
Bertha, Bartholomew.
He hasn't sunken that low yet.
No, not yet. He's not that magic.
Spending enough time with Ara, maybe
Possible.
later. We shall see.
So who's
During
gonna-
our watch, I'm just going to be.
Ignore?
Hey, you don't have bless anymore.
Correct.
During our watch, I'm going to be like take off my armor and pull out my anvil and table and just kind of repair it from any minor scratches that I may have gotten.
So conducive to sleeping in a tiny stone room.
Dustin, for maybe the first 45 to maybe an hour, is just going to stay along this edge of the wall and just listen and watch out if any people, if any footsteps, if I hear anybody, anything.
Roll a 1d8. You get to do the roll. 8. So you're sitting next to like your skeleton buddy over there. He, she, whoever they used to be, leaning up against that wall there. There's noises coming from the skeleton's direction. Little crackles and such.
Like it's moving.
No, not really.
I'm just gonna not like walk over, but just sort of like tiptoe and just try to see if I see what's going on with the fella.
Perception or investigate, however
Ooh.
deeply you want to.
All right. 20.
You could tell that this person had been stabbed in the chest. Stabbed. There are definitely like arrows sticking out, so there had been arrows involved here, but there is in like where the ribs are like a broken off piece of metal that looks like the end of a blade, but like on the inside, like there's not a whole lot of light and you're a human, but you're not really seeing a lot of movement, but there's definite it sounds like there's stuff inside it moving around.
I'm gonna take off Bertha and I'm gonna slide it over to Xanroar and whisper, Xanroar, take care of Bartholomew. And he's going to take his lance. Also, well, no, I'll save that. And just sort of like just slightly dig in to what is there. Not too hard, but just enough so it's like just poking.
So you poke into the skeleton with the tip of your lance, and a couple of minutes later you feel like crawling going up your hand and up your arm.
I feel what?
Crawling.
Oh. Do I have couple friends. Oh, this is creepy. And
There's kind of like roaches and centipedes doing that whole like rushing up around your lance, like up your arm and like into your shirt.
those are my private areas. Don't get in there. And he's gonna try to like take one of them. Is it multiple or just one?
There's a couple, not like quote unquote swarm amounts, but an uncomfortable Indiana Jones amount of bugs crawling all over you.
All right, I think I know what to do. And with just silently, sort of panicking to himself, but sort of okay, he's going to flop on the ground and start rolling like he's on fire.
There's crunching and squishing and wriggling, and it's not real good feeling.
Xanroar's gonna come out to this. What the hell
He's
are you
acting like
doing?
he's on fire, but he is not on fire.
He's gonna stand up with all the goo and probably guts all over him. He's gonna go, I don't know, but I made some new friends and they're dead.
Are there still stuff wriggling all over him?
It's probably not a whole lot that like you could see. Like there wasn't like a terrible. There's probably some like a roach coming up out of his collar and running across his cheek.
Oh,
Like
that's okay,
they're not
that's low.
attacking. They're just like bugs that are being gross.
The
Xanroar's
roach,
just gonna sigh.
the roach that
and
just crawled up his collarbone. He's just gonna pat and be like, oh, that's all right, that's Lloyd.
Kill something. Stop making friends with everything.
Xanroar's gonna cast Word of Radiance, and Dustin is the only one going to be unaffected by this. It's basically everything within 5 feet of me take radiant damage, and considering Dustin's the only one I decided not to do damage to, all the bugs, unless they make a con save, get smushed by radiant
They
flame.
probably won't make a con save. And just.
Oh, well, they're gone. Thank you, Xanroar. And now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta defile a corpse.
Wait, what?
He's going to walk over. He probably has. DM, did Temperance have glasses?
Don't think so.
Damn
Temperance
it.
was a bird. What's your light situation? Because you are a human.
Oh, you're right. That's a good question. Probably going from the... On the anvil, does your anvil glow, Xanroar?
My anvil does not glow, but I
Oh.
do have my lamp, my continuous glowing lamp,
I forgot.
kind
I'm
of
human. I'm basic.
on the table. Like I have my envelope for anything that I need to bend back into place. Got my table, and then I got the lamp on the table as well as your plant.
I do not have the adequate way of defiling this corpse. So I will leave it for another day. I was going to put a hat on him and dress him up while everyone wakes up, but it didn't work. So he is going to walk back once the 2 hours are complete, if that's the only thing that happens. Are there any footsteps, any other movements other than that?
Nope. So, Iggy's next. Let
I
me
guess so.
does a roll. Your D8. Clink. Well, he is up and he leaves the cabinet, and he will kind of like do slow laps around this whole area, like anxious laps, just kind of like moving.
Nervous walks.
Yeah, nervous walks, and quietly muttering, but nothing. He doesn't come and wake anybody up. Nothing interrupts this. And seemingly almost at exactly 2 hours, he will come in and he will kneel in front of Ara and he will poke her in the forehead. If you are speaking, you are muted. Or did we do
Hello,
that?
was that for me? Hi, hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Iggy wandered in, he crouched in front of Ara and poked her in the forehead.
She'll just open one eye because she's trancing. Yes?
Your turn.
Alright. Please don't touch me.
He'll scoot back over.
I'll go out and I'll just, casually keep watch.
For the next 4 hours?
Yeah, and if anyone wants to stay up with me, that's cool too.
I need the 6 hours to sleep.
Unfortunately.
I mean, Bertha can come with you.
Sure, I'll take the plant. That sounds like a great idea.
If Xanroar was awake for this, he'd be face bombing. Never trust Ara with something living.
'Tis a bulb. Does Zara take the bulb for company?
Yeah, and I'll put it somewhere very safe so that if in the event that there's something does attack me, it won't get hit in the fighting, such as like in this corner over here, just like or like down by the skeleton friend.
Since you can see in the dark, there are bugs crawling in and out of like holes in the wall in that area.
Oh. Yeah, I'll just hold on to it. I'll just like cradle it for the 4 hours.
It's reminding me of like the high school seniors having to carry their eggs around and keep them protected from all things.
Yeah.
So roll a d8 twice.
That's my first one. And my second.
The first 2 hours are boring. It's quiet. There's little birdie snores coming from the other room. There are bugs wandering around. Not an inordinate amount of bugs, but enough. And though there doesn't seem to be any large spider things coming down this way, thankfully. Probably like
Yet.
about halfway through, the smoke that had accrued when you lit the oil on fire, which wasn't like a great deal, given that there isn't a whole lot for it to burn and it went pretty quick, but there was enough. It's mostly thinned out by now, and you can hear sort of echoey that there's a breeze, like whistly breeze coming in, like if you wander down in, where are you, this direction, because you guys came from that direction, like you're hearing like whistly winds coming sort of straight that way.
So there is some draft in this place.
Yes.
Good to know.
And you have succeeded in your long rests. You could take the benefits thereof, including Sir Skips-a-lot.
Skippy.
As the big man wakes up, I will gingerly hand him the plant unchained.
Oh, how did you have good night? Yes, you did. Without even without even acknowledging Ara, just engulfed with the plant.
See, I can be nice sometimes.
Oh, good morning, Ara. How are you?
I'm good, big guy. How are you?
Oh, I slept like a child.
He's stretching, and he's like, you feel like you need to, and he like taps his chin, thinking, make sure people know that you're nice.
No, I like the image of knowing people thinking that I'm mean, but when I do be nice, it puts them off guard.
Ara's a good person.
Or it's just part of her manipulation.
Exactly, big man.
recommend. Dustin is going to take a little bit of the morning to do whatever proper care routine, because Skippy found the book to properly water Bartholomew in the morning.
Skippy would happily help out with that, I'm guessing.
Most assuredly.
I'll throw some birdseed on the ground for Skippy.
I'll eat my jerky and pack up my table and anvil after getting my armor back on, which takes 10 goddamn minutes.
So, while you're doing that, Iggy has his cabinet on the ground, and it kind of splits in the middles, and the door opens outwards, and it opens outwards, and there's kind of folded into it like another section of like smaller cabinets that also open up, and it just seems to almost be like this almost never ending like unfurling of not doors exactly, but like folded up pieces of cabinet, and he's going in and he's taking bits out, and he's working on his quick alchemical reactions, and you see him plugging they kind of look like test tubes into the auto injector on his arm as he's
Xanroar is
finishing them.
definitely creeping up and just kind of looking at all this and just loving all
Because
the
like there's a lot of
technical
there are a lot of like
aspects.
smells coming out of here, like herbs in all sorts of like different like components that he uses in there, and he reaches in and he has some of his rations, and like you think he's like taking out something like to put into his alchemy, and he just stuffs it in his mouth as he's going.
Yeah, Xanroar would definitely be asking some questions of some of the things he sees. Like, so how does this work exactly? Or what does that plant do? Or what did you just put into your injector?
It a lot of it, like his responses, like it almost sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about it, because it kind of sounds like bullshit, like the way he's doing it. Because like alchemists are very
Protective of their
not so
secrets?
much not so much that, but they're very precise, like taking exact measurements of things, and he's just sort of fucking, it looks like he's fucking around and just like grabbing handfuls of stuff and like a pinch of this, pinch of that, like he's not measuring things, he's like forcing it to work somehow, and it does, like there's a poof of smoke, and then he's like yeah, and then he'll like kind of shrug and put a cap on it, and he'll have like things that he has tucked away, like the bandolier of shit that he's like throwing.
Fair enough.
Dang it! I didn't do the message as Dustin. It's me who's giving you salad, Ara.
Well, then, if we're all rested and prepared, we should probably head out and try and find that friend.
There was that door.
Which door? The one further up?
Yeah.
That's all the spiders?
Past all the things way up north, when you look down into the hall, there was burnt carcasses of some spider things. And way down at the end there was a
Here where I'm
door.
pinging?
I got to zoom out to see where you is pinging.
The first place that we saw, or the place
No.
past the...
Past in there,
Yeah.
where you're pinging now.
Okay. Well,
Ping.
we should head up there then. And for the sake of ease, Skippy's just going to be on my shoulder. Since he's not with us today.
So onwards, you head.
Can someone ping where we're going again?
We're back where you were, essentially. Where all the corpses is.
We could go back up through all the corpses, or we can go down the other path that's finally been burned out, which probably will lead to the same area. It really doesn't matter which way we go
Can you
first.
come in, Dustin?
I'm coming. I'm just writing a sentence. I sound like an old man.
He's old in the mornings.
No, I didn't do this last part.
Oh,
I'm trying so hard.
tried so hard.
I got so
Ready? Hit the up arrow. Hit the up arrow when
What?
you're in the chat box, and just put a slash and just retype it. We didn't see.
far. Wait. Fuck.
Fair
No.
enough.
Okay, there we go. All right. I did it.
There we go.
Yay!
Just need quotes next time. We'll get there.
Oh well.
Today's
So-
nice my night.
Left or right?
I'm stuck.
Yes, you can't go through walls.
I can't get out of the wall. Oh wait. Never mind.
I
I'm good.
gotcha. I gotcha. There.
I'm in tears. I'm in actual tears at this very moment. Oh. All right. What way did we go last time? We didn't go up through that left path, did we?
No, we didn't go past the spiders up there, but down here we set the fire to start getting through these webs, so it might be nice to check and see if you've actually finally broken through.
All right. I have a feeling it's leading back to where we were, but I could be 100% wrong.
Well, one way to find out.
True. Oh, we're going up there. All right, we're going up there.
Oh, I didn't know which way we were going. Sorry. No, that way works too.
Uh,
We're here.
yeah, we totally planned this together.
Go. Let's go. Yeah. Party.
Oh yeah. Skippy, why don't you hang back with Dustin for now, just in case something tries to jump us.
Hey, Skippy, how's your day going?
It's going pretty good. I'm feeling a lot better today.
Skippy, tell me what your third biggest fear.
That would be you.
Oh, what's the second?
Also you.
And first?
Spiders.
Fair enough. That's
This is-
canon.
I was about to say, this is canon now. Sorry, Skippy.
Okay. So you get to the area. When you got here last time, this whole area was just like a solid wall of web and stickiness that you could not easily pass. Most of it is now burnt away. And I will reveal what you can see looking through the doorways.
Give me the knowledge of the elders. Let me see sight beyond. I had something from something else.
That
Oh, well.
was trying to be Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Oh, really? I've
Sight
never
beyond
actually seen-
sight is Thundercats.
Never seen Thundercats. Well, let's.
So
Okay, I'm trying to get through the first room.
the spider webs are still on the map because I'm lazy. Just pretend it's all charred to
I
hell.
can't actually move my token past this point.
That?
Right there. Oh, wait.
I have the power.
It's you.
Grayskull.
I probably
Damn it.
I probably have the door really small. Let me see. Dynamic lighting. How'd you do that?
I'm a wizard.
Because
Witchcraft.
That
there's
good.
actually like I have a door there. You
Ours that good.
Oh my god, I can finally get in.
okay? Let me see if there's any other
Oh.
doors.
That's
I'm just
Holy
so sneaky.
Stealth right
Okay.
through.
Okay, so hold on. Let me get back to actual. Okay, so in this area hallway, let me reveal. There's a wall on one end, but going down the other way, after a certain point, the floor is kind of writhing and moving. There's a lot of charred insect in the area, but there's a lot that are still there, that are still moving. unlike last night where you had a couple of unfortunate friends come visit, this is like the walls and ceiling are moving amount of bugs.
You know what? I think I'll go deal with this. I think I managed to deal with the other ones pretty well last night.
I'll pet the charred remains of Lloyd on my shoulder.
I'm gonna step up a little bit and just looking at the blob, I'll try casting Sacred Flame at them.
You'll hit them. There's too many to not.
One radiant damage to the
A,
blob.
a like fist-sized area just poofs away, and then like more bugs just kind of like come in and fill the area.
To hell with this. Stepping up in Word of Radiance. Everything within 5 feet of me. Push.
Poof. Definite. Where are you? Are you on the background? You are on the background layer, so poof. They're not aggressive. They're just existing.
Well, we need to get this way anyways. Another one.
Another one.
And another one.
Basically, I'm just clearing out this area so I could see where the hell everything else is. I think there'd be less bugs where there were spiders.
Or there's a reason why they're there.
I'm gonna peek down either hallway.
Trying to switch. There we go. Tools were not switching quickly enough for
That's
me.
fair.
There we go.
Ooh, there's a lot of them. You know what? I'll come back later. Is Ziggy like with us?
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
Technically. I'm juggling all the things right now.
Oh yeah, like you must have a lot going on in the background.
Do, do, do. I will probably forget, Iggy. Remind me if I do.
No, I'll keep you on your toes for that whenever he becomes relevant.
Fireball.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, like all through here, there's a definite line of char that's like following through in this direction, going up. I will draw a char line.
Like a fuse.
Cool, cool.
No, like not a fuse. This is all the shit that's been burnt.
Oh, alright.
Like burnt through.
Is there anything over here that we can see through these openings?
There's all in these areas. There's a lot of like husked up, curled up like the giant spiders. There's giant spiders. There's a couple of the ettercaps that are just curled up, like that got caught in the fire. And the giant spiders are giant and hard to get around, so there was a couple that got caught in here with the fire. It didn't quite
Fair enough.
survive.
We
I
just
guess I'll
caused
just say that
magic.
for down
so-
here. They're spiders. I'm pretty sure we did the world a favor.
Spiders are people too.
No, they're insects. Well, arachnids, but whatever.
That's an arachnid.
I think the Drider was technically still a person.
It was a drow, hardly a person.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. I was going to say he's been clearly cursed for doing something quite wicked, so...
Well, here we go, through the door.
Remember, kids, when you face casual racism in the workplace, it's best to just walk through the nearest door.
Oh, that's so dark.
I'm
Oh,
just thinking
sorry.
about I'm thinking about the old Sonic Says commercial, like things.
PSAs.
Yeah.
PSAs are something for kids. Yeah.
Is this all good to walk, or is this still sticky?
It's mostly burned away. All right, you do see, as weird as Iggy's eyes are, you do see him kind of like, as much as like he can with solid color eyes, it's essentially he side eyes you a bit at that and continues on.
Oh, gang
Acceptable
genocide.
response.
Well, looking through here, that's the remains of the other spiders. But following this char, it looks like the flames continue this way. Are these stairs leading down or up?
Up to a platform and then up some more.
Well, the only other way I saw about 1,000 insects, so we can either go back or and deal with those, or we could head upstairs.
I think the bugs aren't really causing much of a problem. Much as being the word. I don't think we gotta disturb them and make us get more tired than we need to for whatever we're going to face. I'd say let's leave them and go up the stairs. If you think we should go fight them, we can, but it's more of a hassle than it's a.
It's not really fighting. I just kind of walk through and slowly but surely ash.
That's fair, but what if they try to swarm you?
More ash.
Faster than you can ash.
Basically. But you're right. For now, let's head upstairs.
Alright.
You can always come back.
I need more
So,
beaming.
You definitely notice when you get up to roughly where Skippy is that the fire seems to stop before that second short set of stairs. Like the charring just stops.
Well, the flames didn't reach any further than here, so
I wonder why.
well, this is probably where the last of the oil or whatever the accelerant was.
Where did the accelerant come from?
That's my point. Why would it stop here? There's no source.
The drow probably put it, but didn't get a chance to light it. Or the elves did it, but didn't get a chance to light it.
But why stop here specifically? That's very specific.
Did they?
Is there any more up ahead?
Dustin goes quiet at that.
Roll a perception. Or an investigation, whichever. Just crouching down and looking at the ground, you could definitely tell there that stuff is still there. Like it's the oil or whatever they had poured. Like it's old. It's like what you found when you first got down here, but it's there.
Or turning back to the rest of the group, somebody put it out before it reached all the way up here. I look over at Iggy. Perhaps it was your friend.
I don't think you can do something like that.
I don't mean to sound alarmed, but what was that Drider spider person thing talking about? You won't touch her? Could this possibly be her?
I thought the her was the one from the book, but maybe this is her. Although the her from the book is pretty sure the corpse we found near the book.
How tight is this?
You did
little
not find a corpse near the book.
Oh, okay.
How tight is this corridor space?
5 feet. You could
I-
like
what I'm-
hold your hands out and maybe touch the sides. Well, Dustin definitely can, and Xanroar can. But,
Because Dustin wants to go over and like put his ear to the door and listen, but he doesn't want to get in people's way.
you could move around them without.
Okay, causing that. All right.
Yeah,
Just gonna-
me and Skippy all back up, giving you room.
I just want to.
Is everyone else's character sheet weird?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
mine's
little
funky.
bit.
Okay, I just opened one. I was like, whoa.
Don't tell us that. That's scary.
But he just wants to put his ear to the door and just listen to hear, see if he hears anything coming inside, any footsteps.
I'll give you guidance, my friend.
Is guidance a D4?
Yep.
Or no?
That guidance is a D4 on top of whatever you roll.
All right. Is that a perception check?
Yes.
Didn't roll. Oof. I need a good roll for this D4. All right,
Hey.
4, 13.
You could hear. It's very faint, but there's muttering.
I don't know what this person's saying, but there is something inside of there. It kind of sounds like a person. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying.
Well, why don't you? It is a door. Why don't you knock?
All right. And he's going to take off Bethany and put it around. Nope. Put it around Skippy. Nope. Put it around Iggy. And he's going to.
We're just handing it back. I hand it to Skippy. Skippy hands it to Ara. Ara just gives it to Iggy.
Iggy puts him in his control cabinet.
And Dustin is just going to knock with his knuckles.
There's no response.
Hello? Is somebody in there? Can I jiggle the? Is there a doorknob?
There is a doorknob.
Is it unlocked or is it locked?
Are you attempting to open the door?
I'm attempting to like turn the knob. I'm not opening the door, but I'm attempting to turn the knob to see if it's locked or loose.
You know what? Why don't you let us step back just in case?
All right. Get back. Let me cover it with my meaty body. And just turning the doorknob.
Iggy's kind of like, maybe you should, but like you touch the doorknob, and I want you to make a.
Oh no.
What do I have
Contact
this?
poison.
No, I want you to make
Oh.
a strength save.
Strength save.
Yes.
Oh!
Oh.
You touch this thing, and you just feel like kind of like a wall of force, just whack your entire body, and you are thrown back this way, and you go tumbling down the stairs. It hurts. And you are going to take 14 points of force bludgeoning damage as you are launched into the floor and skidding and falling down the stairs.
So as he's falling down the stairs and he's just like laying like upside down to the party, he's just gonna say, "All right, don't touch the doorknob. As a matter of fact, don't touch the door at all."
I'm gonna reach down to help him up.
Ugh.
And as you touch, cure wounds.
Thanks, mate. Oh, that'll do.
Well, anyone else have an idea?
Magical traps are not my speciality.
I'm gonna try to run at it.
I got nothing to dispel it. I
Skippy.
do have the ram to try and break it down.
But if it's that force, we'll just get knocked back and probably get hit by the ram.
He's like, I should have paid more attention to my dad. Maybe.
Shouldn't we all have?
Maybe
Skippy.
if we don't touch it.
And so we're just gonna stay out here?
Hold on. No, he doesn't have Mage Hand.
Does he have to spell?
3rd level spell.
I think I have Mage Hand. Hold on.
If you're an Arcane Trickster, you should.
Just kidding. I have Minor Illusion for my elf spell.
Ah! An equally useful spell in this sense.
I have a horrible idea. Stand back, gents.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot an arrow at the door once they've extricated themselves from the hallway.
Dustin's just gonna stand behind Aura, being a meat shield, just in case this goes horribly wrong.
Dude, I can only hear you so much. You realize that, right?
I'll be alright, I think. Maybe, possibly, hopefully.
Dustin
I was
just
talking
gives,
to Dustin, but yeah, I guess I could heal you too.
Dustin just gives a thumbs up.
Can I see the door from the, or do I have to like go up the steps to see it?
You could see part of it.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it.
Iggy, get out of the way.
Once Iggy gets out of the way, of course.
Yeah. Shoot an arrow.
Here we go.
Kind of just doesn't really. There's some banding, like thicker banding on the door, and just kind of pings off a little bit.
but it doesn't get shot back at me with
No,
equal force.
It just kind of goes thunk and falls.
I mean,
All right.
I can try to run out the door.
I have the ram. It'll do a lot more damage than you running at the door, I promise you.
All right.
I don't know. He's a
Or-
big guy.
Ara could try picking the lock.
I
Use
could
me as the
try
ram.
picking the lock. I just don't know if it's a magical lock or not. But let's try. It sounds fun.
Xanroar's got a bit of a grin, but I was joking. I think it'll probably blow you back as well.
Oh,
You can just use me as the ram.
all right. I won't pick the lock. You ram away, gents.
All right, pull out the portable ram. I will assist you using it.
Me? All right.
So it's strength, and the ram gets +4. Me assist to give advantage.
Strength check. Oh, God.
Well, you have the ram, and it's a +4. You hit the.
Oh, no, sorry.
Is it a +4 or a +1d4?
It's
It's
plus
Oh, it's
+4.
just +4.
Why is it
No, the portable ram is a straight +4,
Okay, so
and I think it's double damage.
you smash into that door. It's doesn't quite open, but you do like damage it, physically damage it.
Sorry for breaking in, but well, we're looking for someone, and hopefully he's not trapped back here with you.
Can I, like,
Unless
shakily,
you're the
like...
one holding him.
What? So you smashed like a bit of a hole in the door. You notice that the door buckles. It's old. Like not ancient. It's still pretty hardy, but you don't get blown back, and you definitely like do damage to it.
Shall we go again?
We could. All right, back again we go.
Charge.
Remind
Also-
me, did you give me plus or guidance?
I did not give you guidance last time, but I will give you guidance this time. I will assist you, and we will use the ram.
Okay,
15.
so that's +4.
19.
You're
Plus
good.
guidance.
You between the two of you, you just kind of like hit this door, and it just
No,
rips,
what?
kind of like falls off its hinges and hits the ground. There's a big loud thump, and let me reveal what you see. Give me a
We
moment.
should probably be right up there in case we're going into combat.
Well,
Did you go in the front or
what
did you go
you
in the back?
see is, I don't have all the icons there, but it looks like this had been some sort of ritual room. It's big and circular, and there's a pool in the center that had been very obviously defouled by the oil, because like you look at it and it's shimmering. There's a couple like candelabras set up across the room. There is a woman standing over. There is somebody in this bed. They are covered up in a whole bunch of blankets. You're seeing this woman from behind. She's very obviously elven, of elven descent of some sort, and not body type, not quite full elf. She looks like she had been burned badly, but never really healed. Like she doesn't really look alive. But she's standing there, mostly bald. There's like wisps of hair still there, just sort of standing over their bed, and like her weight is shifting back and forth from one foot to the other. She's barely like not paying attention to you. Like like she seems to not even realize that you're there, and she's muttering to herself,
Huh.
like standing over the bed in the like this form under the bed. And she is
I kind of
speaking
pull out
Elvish.
the. Okay, no idea what she's saying, but I pull out the book that's the burned journal and just kind of look to the others. I think I found the owner of this, or I think we
Can I
found the owner.
Is the body on the bed alive?
They are covered in a bunch of blankets. There is a royal mess of white curly hair. That's about all you can see.
Also, can I understand from this distance anything she's muttering in
I will
Elvish?
show you what she looks like.
Oh boy.
That's not good.
That doesn't look good.
And
Oof. Ooh, the ligaments, you can see them.
it's a lot of like, it's okay, I have you back, I love you, you're safe, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. like just stuff like that repeating over and over and over.
Does the hair, the white hair, look similar to the Drider we found?
It is very curly. Drider's was not so much.
Was
They're
it the same
both white.
color?
What?
No. You answered my question at the end. I'm gonna whisper to Ara and Xanroar next to me. What are we gonna do?
Iggy is wrong. Tools, come on. He is. That has to be him. That.
On the bed or the one crazy muttering something?
That on the bed. Hair, very obvious.
If it means anything, she's just kind of
Right.
muttering to herself, nothing of real cohesion.
I mean,
Okay.
are we going to fight her, or are we going to distract her and get the body?
We should probably approach and try to speak with her before
I think.
anything.
Hey, Skippy, do you wanna go for it? You seem like making friends.
Uh, I don't really feel comfortable right now. I feel like there's someone else in my head, and it just does not feel normal.
All right. Well, you know, who would be the best one going up here? Xanroar, don't you dare start moving.
Well, I don't actually understand what she's saying, so maybe Ara would be the best choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna sheath my bow and slowly approach.
as she doesn't do anything crazy.
Dustin is going to walk around the opposite direction and just sort of take out his lance, keep it along his back, and just peek in, sort of ninja style.
Skippy's just gonna hang out with Iggy for now.
Iggy's like he's doing that thing where like he's stretching his fingers out, then making fists, and you could hear like the bones cracking.
Yeah,
Like
Skippy's
his
just trying to
eyes,
calm him down.
his eyes are like locked in on the bed.
Yeah, Skippy's just trying to calm him down and reassure him about, yeah, don't worry, we'll get your friend. It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry. We'll feed him lots of cabbages and we'll all be best friends getting pastries. Don't you worry.
That's what Skippy would say, too.
It's pretty good.
Very good, fantastic Skippy impressions.
Thanks.
Oh, there wasn't
I
a
don't
name
feel
in
too
that.
comfortable like doing a major event as Skippy.
Oh, you're right. There was her name in that.
What?
Was
In the
No, the
journal,
Texier was mentioned.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
only Texter?
there-
I thought it was her name. Oh,
nope,
guess
her
not.
name was not. I checked it earlier.
Yeah, just Texier, which we think we already saw. So
Can I just recon that I gave Ara the journal before she moved up, just in case?
She was reading it at one point last session, so
Fair enough.
it's fine. I have it. I'm gonna stop at this pillar, and just kind of assume this is the good distance. And then when my pals have stopped moving, I'll just call out, very gently, so as to not be aggressive in Elvish. Are you all right? We're not here to hurt you. Do you understand me?
she stops her wobbling, and like her head sort of like tilts in your direction, and she'll turn and look over her shoulder, and like one of her eyes is just gone. like her socket's open, and it's not bleeding, but like the rest of her body, it doesn't look like it healed properly or at all, really. And she has to tilt her head at like a sharp angle to actually see Ara, and she looks happy. Like she's like,
Uh-oh.
he came back. I told everyone that he would come back for me. He promised. He came back. He's back. He's mine.
Can you tell me your name?
Dorena, you
And who is he?
Texir, of course, he came back. He came back. He's so beautiful. He came back.
Oh boy. When did he come back? What did you say your name was again?
Dorena.
Dorena, when did he come back?
Forever. It's been time forever.
Are you sure that is your Texia?
Kind of like she hisses. She's like, "Yes, he's mine. They didn't take him. He came back. I told them all that he was good. He is good. He is mine. He came back."
All right. Listen, you see my pals over there? And I'll point to the Dustin who is in the wall and Xanroar who's sort of near the
Pillar or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's some dangerous things in these caverns. They're gonna stand watch and to make sure nothing comes. And I'm going to be right back, alright?
That's my job. I protect this place. I protect him. I protect this place. That is why.
Would you like a cabbage?
Like her eyes, her eye, like her whole head, like kind of snaps around really sharply, like almost too far.
Have they been talking in Elvish this whole time?
Yes.
Or did they switch to? Okay.
So like it's almost like she's just actually like realizing he's there, and she snaps around and like her eye narrows. He's like, I will protect this place.
You can protect this place all you want, but
Well,
you
she's speaking
pale.
Elvish.
Oh,
She is
okay.
still speaking Elvish.
Hey, big man. Just
You call us both that. It'd be a lot easier if you specified.
Dustin is
Just-
going to point his head towards the door, trying to signal you to go and do what you need to do.
yeah. Give me 1 second. Sorry, Deorna. What was her name?
Dorena.
Dorena. Sorry,
Alright.
Dorena. They're going to help you protect this place, and I'll be back very shortly. All right.
No, it is my job, mine. I protect this place. I will protect him. You should be dead with everyone else.
Okay. All right.
Why? Where did you? And like you could see like there's some sort of like mental dissonance happening in her head
I'm
that
just
she's not holding that thought well.
behind the pillar, so she can't see, but definitely to where, like, with my right hand, where the other two can see. I'm just gonna like hold my hand out, kind of like hold, and I'm just gonna motion back towards the door and slowly start backing up.
Dustin's going to keep a cabbage behind his back. And he's holding. Can I hold an action?
Not
Yeah.
round time. You could technically, yes.
I'm going to hold until this person, this lady Darna, tries to attack Aura, and I'm going to club her in the head with a cabbage.
As I see him pull out the cabbage, I'm looking and motioning towards the door. I'm just gonna say, I know it's just hard to believe, but I hid when they came, and I came to find you. I know you don't think anyone else survived, but I've been here looking for you.
Roll a deception.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Dustin and just kind of like with my eyes and with my head just back off, step back. Ooh, killing her.
She kind of blinks and look, kind of like tilt her head. She seems to like relax a little bit. And she's like, Mana?
Oh.
Yes, it's me, Dorena.
Look, he came back like I told you he would. And she gestures to the bed.
Sorry, you cut out. What did she say, that last bit?
He came back like I knew he would. Like I told them he wouldn't go home.
I know. And he's safe now with you, yeah?
I will protect him, and I will protect this place. I will protect him, and I will protect this place. And that just starts repeating.
Alright. I'm gonna go see if there's anyone else who made it out like me. And I'll bring them here to you, alright?
And she'll hesitate, but then she'll nod.
Alright.
She's like muttering, like, I saved books. Some of the books.
Some of the books. Might I see them?
And she nods. And she'll just, like, her movements are really, it looks like she has to because the way her body, she's just not moving correctly. Like she like some muscles are compensating for ones that aren't really functioning properly anymore, and she just sort of like her arm shakes as she like reaches and points at the very small bookcase that's shoved. Everything's covered in dust. This area, it looks like she was able to salvage some stuff. Like whatever was salvageable, which wasn't a whole lot, is here. But there's a distinct lack of food and clean water. It doesn't appear she needs anything like that anymore.
All right, I will very slowly move over to the bookcase. And then as I do, just sort of like blocking her vision, I'm just gonna hold up my hand to Dustin and just like rub my ring finger, like where a ring would be. Just look at him as I go to the bookcase.
Dustin, seeing this, is going to like take like 5 seconds to process what that means, and then get the light bulb on his head, and then just start like also like tiptoeing, probably too dramatically, back towards the wall, and then book it.
Where are you going, damn it?
Shut up! I'm a big man on a mission.
Now that I'm closer to the bed, can I make out any features of who's in it?
Lots of curly white hair. Definitely a drow. From like what little you can see. There's blankets over him, but the way he's laying, like his arms are pulled up, and he appears to be tied down.
And
But he's
alive?
She's into that kinky shit.
breathing, yes. His hands are they look kind of like wrapped up or in like just he looks like at least his arms, his like forearms and hands were at one point covered in mud, but it's like drying and caking off now, like all over the bed.
All right. I'll just kind of go to the bookcase and what is of import.
There are books. They look really old. Like for an elf, they look really old.
Oh boy.
Like these.
Anything on a Baelnorn?
Roll and investigate.
Okay. Hold on, where's my pop-out sheet? It's a 15. I don't know if it showed up because my thing has been kind of funky.
Yeah. You don't see anything that specifically says like Baelnorns for Dummies or something like that, but it's essentially like you do see a book that it's about like old ancient traditions of like old ancient elven practices essentially.
All right. And if I move to like go like I'm gonna take and just take the book, does that draw ire at all?
No, she's like her focus is like back towards the bed. Like that seems to be what she cares about currently.
All right. I'll just grab that one and look down and just I'll look at her. Oh, this is so stupid. And I'll just say, he always was beautiful, wasn't
Well, since the first day, remember? We both said so.
he? I know. And he is yours.
And that
Oh,
just makes her smile.
this rabbit hole. Oh god.
All right. I'm going to go look for others. All right. I'll be back soon.
And she nods, and her eyes are just on the bed, and she just, like, eventually, like, as her attention drifts away, like, she starts rocking back and forth from one, like, the ball of her foot to the other.
All right, I'll just slowly go to the door of the room and sort of just try to usher everyone the fuck out.
Before I do so, just looking at her, could I like medically tell like how screwed up she is, like both, well, either physically or mentally? Like if there's anything I
You
could
could
possibly
roll a
do.
medicine, or I guess maybe that would be more a medicine.
Medicine would be best for me.
And you said the body, the drow was alive, yeah?
Yes, there's breathing.
Okay, thanks.
18.
You could tell that she's not breathing. Like, when she speaks specifically, you could tell because she has to draw in breath to make words happen. But otherwise, like, she's not. It's almost like she has to consciously do it.
So I'm guessing I get a bit of a undead feeling then.
Yes, definitely. It's weird though. Like, as a paladin, you can sort of ping those things, but
I'm not a paladin. I'm
not
a
paladin.
cleric.
I keep thinking you're a I played in a
I-
game with an orc paladin, and it has been all orcs
Oh,
are
no
paladins
worries.
now. So,
Well, I literally
but,
built like a
Kinda
paladin,
yes, you were
except
very
for
built like
not.
a paladin. But she doesn't have like the same. She's not mindless, obviously.
That does give me an idea, though, for, you know, disability. Potentially. I'm not
Yes.
using it right now. I'm just
But definitely not living
Hmm.
in a with like wounds
Traditional
like
sense.
that. She should absolutely have died or be covered in scars. She's not really covered in scars. It's just like her body's not. It just gave up.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Essentially.
just kind of put a hand on Iggy's shoulder and kind of gesture him to the door. We've got to plan this properly. Doesn't look like she's going to hurt him if we take a few minutes to plan.
He nods. Just definitely not at all pleased by this situation, but um he doesn't seem like he's about to just like tear off across the room.
All right, that's the main thing. I'm like, that's why I got my hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, we'll get him back.
Because his expressions tend to be harder to read without like, because his eyes are weird. You would kind of notice like if when he's, I don't want to say at rest, but a lot of the times like when you're talking to him, he seems to be kind of like in his facial expressions a little bit like over dramatic, but like when he's like, I guess, emoting like a normal person, it seems a bit dulled out.
Okay.
Dustin is waiting by the corpse of this person with the ring, and he's just waiting for other people to arrive if they're going to arrive, holding his lance, pacing.
I'm gonna keep an eye just to make sure that she doesn't head off anywhere without us knowing, and probably I don't think Iggy would be too comfortable going any further away from his friend.
I'll go to Dustin real quick then, and I'll just let him know I'll be right.
Dustin, seeing Ara walk by, is going, all right, did you want me to take the ring off, or did you want me to bring the whole body?
Just the finger. All right. Let's try not to touch it.
Would you be all right with a hand?
A hand shall suffice, I suppose.
Then I would. Skippy, are you able to use? No, you're not able to use. You're not able to get an anvil. I need Xanroar here for his anvil. I need someone to hold down the hand while I chop it off. without us touching the ring. And that's the only thing I can think of. Unless we might be able to get Iggy's medical pack.
Get what?
Iggy's medical pack. I just need someone to weigh down this hand so we can chop it off.
I'll hold on to it. I don't
Why
think it should
don't
be
you
too
just
hard of a procedure.
try cutting it with your wait, what weapons do you have again?
A lance. I have.
I'll hand you my dagger.
That should work.
Treat
I
it well.
I don't know if we should be holding where the ring is in case it is cursed, and in case we do. Did we touch it? Did we touch it before? Or is it?
I'm gonna touch the ring.
You just like how? Put your finger on it.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to happen.
All right. Just take the hand. It seems safe.
All right. And I'm going to carefully, without cutting aura, attempt to take off the hand.
Yeah, 'cause I don't have remove curse until next level.
It's a bit of an effort because like the carapace is stronger, but like you can get through it, and you have to cut through carapace and bone. This is a weird creature, but you do manage to get through. And
Okay.
you now have a drippy, blood clotted Drider hand. Congratulations.
I will take out a small flower that I use for tea leaves and just put it on the hand, right where we cut it off, so it looks like his lobbed off hand is a flower.
Do you
What?
think you could try prying the ring out of the carapace without damage?
I might be able to. I think that's more of a job for you, though. You're more careful than I am.
Fair. All right. Give me the hand flower.
I'll give. I'll what? I'll give Ara the dagger. I'll take the hand and just sort of hold the hand open to see if Ara can sort of wiggle or try to remove it.
So you're going at this, and like I said, the carapace kind of like grew over it. So either you need to shave those parts off, because like you have to dig it out around the finger or cut at the finger. You can get it off. It's just a very disgusting, mutilaty kind of
Yeah, it's gonna be gross, but I'll do it.
It is gross. And the body is probably not at all warm anymore, and it's just sticky and unpleasant, but you manage.
All right. Let's go chat with the others.
So
I have a really stupid plan.
you are bloody hands, bloody ring.
Wait, let's clean ourselves up first. We don't want to come back with blood all over our hands.
Oh yeah, little bird friend. You got the
I
prestidigitation.
can, yes, yeah, I can take care of that. And he
Paladin,
casts
Mr. Skippy.
prestidigitation on all of you. You know, I could also just make and he casts my illusion, and there's a fake ring that looks exactly the same in his little talon. I could just make a fake one, or I could even turn myself kind of into this guy, but I'll be a bit shorter.
We might need you in, bird form.
Also,
You know?
I don't think you turn into that thing and her being infatuated with you is a thing we want to do.
Yeah, that you're probably right. She does seem a bit too clingy for my tastes. I really like I'm totally blanking. Hold on. Excited Paladin.
Mara?
Yeah. I'm really much more of a Mara type of bird.
Also, I think if she hugs you, you'll skin a few feathers off.
Yeah, that I wouldn't really like that. Oh, and Lena was the one I was thinking
Oh,
of.
Lena.
Dustin's gonna walk back and shoot over to Ara, give her a look, and say, "Let's go back, Mana," and give her like a playful wink, and just skip on over back.
All right. DM, the Darina, she called me a name. What was
It was Mana.
Mana.
Like,
Uh, while they're off doing that, I'm kind of trying to console Iggy and telling him, "Don't worry, I've got spells just to make sure that he'll be all right once we get to him." And I also mentioned the thing about the lady being kind of undead.
so
that is
if she
Not normal.
no, like when he gets serious, like he kind of like sort of like looks out into the air in front of him, and his eyes kind of dart back and forth, kind of like looking down, almost like he's reading or calculating something. But he's like, if she's undead and completely insane, then she's going to be completely insane for a very long time and probably get worse.
Indeed. Our main priority right now is to get her away from him so that we can secure him and deal with her without possible incidents of her going after him. Our main goal is to try and make sure he's safe. You can rest assured about that.
What kind of dead do you think she is?
I am not sure. I'm not too experienced with them, but looking over her wounds, she should clearly be dead. She does not breathe, and, well, I have something that might be able to chase her off for at least a little bit, if so long as she's not too resilient, but again, no guarantees. But my main thing, my first plan, getting in there, I will attempt to cast Sanctuary on him specifically to make sure she cannot target him for the duration of whatever happens. So she'll be forced to deal with us and not him. From there, we'll see what we can do.
He's quiet, but he nods. Like he is very lost in thought.
Before we walk in, I'm going to go to the group. So what's our game plan here? What are we doing? What do we have the ring? What's going on?
I let everyone else know about the undead status.
I think she thinks whoever she has is Texia. And I think, well, like I said, this is a really stupid plan, but I'm going to try to convince her otherwise and try to quietly put her down.
I mean, that's a good plan A. Can I suggest something else? I'm not too keen with the magics and the spell casty, but
Nor am I.
Skippy said before that he can create doodly dads to look like there's something, but they're not there, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Can you make it look roughly 5 feet humanoid form?
5
Can you
feet humanoid form of what?
Of possibly that Drider, except more human elf features, maybe what your imagination of the way he was before.
Yeah, I guess I could try. And he's gonna cast Minor Illusion and try and make something like that within a 5-foot box. Or 5-foot cube.
Make what would
Intelligence?
like creativity? What would creativity?
Skippy's got that in droves.
I'm also
This is
just going to
not a
remind you all
performance.
that she thinks that the drow she has is Texia.
I know, and then we can confuse her. Confuse her which one's which. Hopefully she'll get infatuated with the illusionary thingy bob. and we can take him and run.
That's certainly a plan.
I don't know if it's a good one, but I don't know if you silently putting her to sleep is going to work considering condition.
Fair, but I have you as backup, don't I?
You do, but we also don't know what she can do. And
Well,
you know I'm one going at things head first, but I also don't want to die, and I don't want to see you all die. We have to know what we're going into.
well, I do have something that might, considering her undead nature, and I explained to them turn undead and how it works. So if she starts to book it and run, don't try and hit her. It'll wear off immediately if somebody tries to hit her. If she's running, we can prepare and set up and keep her from, if we can secure Iggy's friend.
So, plan A is I try to put her down. Backup plan is your thing to get her to run away, and we try to get out safely.
Sounds all right. It'll only last for a minute.
That's all we
but
need. Big man over here can pull out a body in a minute.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but
if-
we don't. We might not have. Well, we can't be too rough with him, considering he's probably been trapped by this woman for God knows how long.
I think Iggy can handle. I think Iggy can handle. Elzorna was his name.
Yep.
If we're able to get this woman away from the body for a moment, we'll be able to take Elzorna and run.
I can do my best. I'm not leaving him in there.
Oh God, no!
Of course
That's
not.
never been an option.
All right. Should I hang behind, maybe around where Skippy is currently, and wait and to see if she runs out, or should I go in with you guys?
I think we should all be at least gesture to the door, at
Within
least
the
just
door, yeah.
inside. I will attempt to get a bit closer, or at least within 30 feet of her and whoever's on the floor, just in case things go awry.
Can we have a signal of some kind other than the violent screams of choking and or gagging?
How about shit, 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 she's crazy?
Those
Not the
words
best
did you-
safe word. We need like a shit's going to hell word before like the group.
Cabbage.
Fluffy
Cabbage. Nope, no, not or Jenga. But I like cabbage actually. But like
Rutabaga.
specifically, purple cabbage.
All right, pepper cabbage.
That's like from here on out, like shit's going wrong. It's purple cabbage, and like that means like it's time to go. You know.
Isn't,
I think that's a
isn't that
pretty
a
good
lot of
word.
syllables to have to say in the moment?
All right, just cabbage.
Cabbage it is.
That works as well for me. I like cabbages. I guess that works.
All right. Let's go with plan A first, and if I die, it's been an honor.
We're not gonna let you die, Ara.
Wait, what? We're not? Skippy's gonna stay with Iggy, constantly consoling him, promising a lot of treats.
All right. Once everyone's in place, I will very slowly go stand or approach behind her, but not like menacingly, just so she can still.
Mhm. So, before anything happens, run down the plan
Oh.
for me.
I was gonna try to talk to her and do something first,
Okay.
and then we have a backup plan of what, turn undead, right?
Yeah, casting Turn Undead and Sanctuary. Sanctuary on the body and Turn Undead on her.
Are those both concentration?
Neither are concentration.
That's wild.
Clerics
Turn
are
Undead is
insane.
an action, and Sanctuary is a bonus action. So Sanctuary
alright.
on him, Turn Undead on her.
Clerics are shenanigans.
all the shenanigans. Still got my 20 AC as well, and I'm a full caster.
Okay.
Is everyone in place?
I'm in position.
Iggy's gonna scoot a little behind there. And yeah.
All right, I'm going to. I have the ring tucked away, not in sight, currently. Just in my pocket. I'm gonna say, Dorina, it's me. It's Mana.
Mana?
Yeah, I came back, like I said.
She turns around and her like one remaining eye is sort of wide. Like narrow pupil, just wide-eyed, just looking.
Yeah, I couldn't find anyone else. It's just the three of us that are here. But I wanted to ask you how I lost track of time when I was trying to hide. How long has it been? How long have you been here?
She like it's like a little tick, like when she's thinking, like her eyes like wince and like her head ticks to the side. She's not forever, but long, long. Not for elves, but the like those like me feels like forever.
All right, that's what I thought too. Um, can I show you something?
Like even when she's standing there, she kind of like there's like almost like a constant little tick. And did you find the stones? Pretty stones. You said there were, I think. It's
This
hard to remember.
No, I didn't find the stones. Where did we hide them?
When we were little, we I don't. Are they gone too?
I couldn't find them. Do you know where I should look?
Don't remember. You had them.
All right. Yeah, I'll try to find them. Can I can I can I touch your hand?
Why? She'll lift her hand.
I'm just gonna take it and palm up, and with one hand, like in a closed fist, just take the ring out of my pocket so she can't see it, and just very gingerly like cup my hand into hers and like hold on to it and let the ring fall into her hand. And as I do, I would like to stab her in the neck.
Oh shit!
Okay. So.
Oh holy shit! I thought you were gonna let her react first, but no.
I
fuck that.
am. She'll see it when she's like officially dying.
She's currently dead, and
This will
I
count
have
as a this will definitely count as a surprise.
I got a bad feeling that she's a banshee.
Roll your attack.
All right, is she surprised?
Yes.
All right, so if this hits, it's gonna be a crit.
You have advantage on it because it's a surprise.
Oh no.
You hit.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Oh fuck. Hold on. I should have.
An SCS innate.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me fix something before I roll this damage. Hold on. I'm just gonna reroll because this will fix the damage. There we go.
Is that a
And
magic
this
dagger?
this is the damage. Yeah, this is the. Ooh, not the best.
No, but it's something.
21 damage. And I'm hoping she's frail. And if she's not, boys, I'm scared.
You
Uh,
probably should be, because if it's the monster, I think it is. We're all gonna have a bad time.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
she gets stabbed. Not a whole lot of blood. It goes into her throat, and it's kind of prevents her ability to speak, really. But
Oh, no.
there's a lot of gurgling, and it hurt,
Oh god!
but not enough. She just kind of it hits her, and just gurgling and just dead blood is dripping out of her mouth, and she looks up with that one fucked up eye, and just stands up straighter. And I think you need to
I'm
roll.
casting my shit.
Initiative, probably.
Initiative, yes. That will
I-
count
Yeah.
as if you have something you were holding.
I was
Let it
prepared,
go.
I was preparing for her
Yep.
attack, and since she's not dropping, turn undead and sanctuary on the body on the bed.
Boys, I was hoping that was just gonna do it.
You're not at the crazy, insane assassin levels yet.
I know.
You tried. Oh god, 21? Jesus Christ.
Oh, she got 21 and I'm in melee. I'm right next to her.
Do I get my turn undead and sanctuary off?
Yes.
Since I was holding one? Okay.
Turn undead. That's because you had that
Channel
set up.
divinity.
Yeah, that I'm just
Yes,
that's a wisdom save, right? I do believe.
Oops, not that's just channel divinity. Wisdom saving throw, yeah. Versus probably
Nope.
my spell DC.
What issue?
Yep, that passes. I only got
Oh,
a
no.
13 DC. But I'm also casting sanctuary on the person on the bed.
Okay. So, she feels that, but is able to shake that off.
Does she look like mildly surprised, or does it look like it kind of hurt?
It looked like it hurt. You have what dagger? You had the new dagger?
No, that was just my +1.
Okay.
We haven't fiddled with the magic stuff.
Okay. So
It's still a magic dagger.
Yes.
It is still magic, though, that
was
one.
the question. What is your resistance?
That's the important bit.
Blah blah blah. Okay. She is going to Damn it. Okay. I will do this instead. She is going to Where is that? There we go. She is going to try reach out and try to grab you by the shoulder.
Oh boy.
And
Oh, that hits.
so make a saving throw.
Oh no. Okay, so I take 8 damage.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
I don't like the name of that because that's from another monster, which is very scary.
Yeah, it's not if I remember correctly, I don't think banshees have that, so it's definitely not the creature I thought it was.
That's a 4.
And you don't have bless on.
I don't.
so-
I forgot to uncheck it.
You're cold, and you can't seem to move.
Oh no.
And then her attention is going to turn to Xanroar. And
She's gonna run away with my fucking dagger in her throat.
Yep, it's
There.
not coming out. It's still sitting there, and it's going to head this way. But that's I believe all she can do.
Can I, just for flavor, just as I'm getting paralyzed, just be like, crap, bitches!
And okay. Gonna head this way, and that's it for her turn.
All right, all right, all right.
Xanroar.
I'm going to book it around her and get in between her and the bed. And as a bonus action, I shall cast the Great Spiritual Weapon.
Dong.
The Minecraft anvil has arrived.
Wait. Hold on. You said the knife is stuck in her throat, correct?
Yes.
Does she have any other metal on her by chance?
No, she's not wearing a whole lot. Like, it's just very, like, gauzy and dirty.
All right.
And got, like, bits of herself stuck to it.
Okay, then. Nah, I won't do that. That would have been cool, though, but I really want to protect Diggy's friend, so I'm going to just cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action.
Okay,
And
let's
hopefully try and drop an anvil on her. And I get around behind her and just kind of point up. Heads up.
I gotta make you a dedicated token. Doing.
For the anvil.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
21 to hit.
That do hit.
8 points of force damage.
That counts as magics.
Jawohl.
Oh shit.
Hmm?
Sorry. No, I'm realizing things real quickly.
And I will take the dodge action as a bonus action, or as an action, and end my turn. So come on, you should not be alive. And I can't hold that anvil, but whatever. It's not my turn.
Okay. So Iggy. Iggy is going to run over to the bed, leap up here. He's like he's starting to like pull the blankets off.
Oh, that's the bed! I thought that was the bed.
Nope, that's a carpet.
This is a bed.
I'm so
Yeah,
stupid.
the
sometimes.
bed-looking object in the room is the bed, and he is starting to cut away the bonds, and without the
Restraints.
blankets, you see like he's half wrapped in a lot of dark fur, and there's like some sort of like wooden object that's like wedged in with the fur, but Iggy is going for the ties that are holding his arms down, and that's going to take up his round
Turn.
as he's doing that. Skippy,
Okay, hold on.
scary undead lady.
Yeah, she's not being nice, and she's hurting Skippy's friends. But he's not stupid enough to do burning hands over the oil pit. He's gonna kind of like fly up to the corner of the room, and you are not being nice, and Ara doesn't normally deserve that. So you should stop and take this. And he's gonna shoot some magic missiles at her.
Pew pew pew.
So
That
8
is
points of damage.
8 points less than she had before.
Maybe I should do more.
Like it hits
Maybe he's
her,
just gonna-
and she like even when she's getting hit, like it's very jerky. Like her motions, like her dexterity is way kind of narrowed down, and she's like
Fair enough.
not really making. Like it's all gurgles. Like it hasn't occurred to her to pull this thing out of her throat. And
Yeah, I was thinking
Ara.
of casting heat metal on that.
I am paralyzed.
you're still paralyzed. You could still make an attempt to not be paralyzed.
I would like to do that. Nope.
Nope.
What was the
15, I
15.
think.
15? Yeah. You were stuck.
Wait, do I have any? No, that's against charms. Never mind.
Dustin.
Dustin, shit's going
My
down.
turn
Go far back.
already? DM, how
Iggy's
busted
just
is
like,
this
cabbage, as he like runs.
store? How busted is the store?
You knocked it over, essentially.
If I'm not saying this is what I'm gonna do, but if someone were to close it, can they reclose it, or is it just down for the count? Not even do.
It would take effort. It would take your entire round to try to fix that back into like the door frame.
So Dustin's going to move 5, 10, 15 to this wall, 20, 25, peek over the edge. Xanroar did say that he was going to attempt to turn undead and run. So Dustin is going to hold an action to make a goading attack on her if she runs by.
Do I see Dustin peeking out?
Probably. He's in your line of vision.
Didn't work, mate.
Then after I hear that, 20, 25, 30. And guess what? I have 10-foot reach. I remembered this time, guys. Are you proud of me?
High five to Dustin.
Proud father.
So let's go, Clarence. 14. Would this technically be flanking, or are we doing no flanking?
I don't think we've been doing flanking.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Never mind.
And that does not hit.
Then I'm going to expend a action surge to make a goading attack. By what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to poke her in the side, say, sorry, but your friend is way long dead. We killed him a long time ago.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
And that +1 is Magic-y Lance?
Yeah, Magic Lance.
Magic lands.
That,
He's a Magic Lance.
and you get to roll superiority die, I believe?
Is this for the attack, or is this only...
If you're goading, that's to the damage. And it's doubled because you crit.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Keep it in your pants. Sorry, it's right there.
Oh, great, 2. So, whatever that damage, whatever the total damage was.
She's looking pretty rough at the moment, to be honest. And your goading did work. And like her mouth opens and you can see like the blade like going through like the back of her throat, and it's just like blackish blood is just like seeping out, like she's trying to say something and it is not exactly working.
Cut off her windpipe.
I have to.
It's not like we could understand her anyway. She's only speaking Elvish.
Wow, okay.
New monster, who dis?
Going to hold on. She's going to stand where she is. Hold on 1 second. I need to look something up because I'm trying to follow the rules as best as I can.
Is this something I might be able to help out with?
She can't speak, so essentially most of her spells don't work anymore.
Clutch.
Oh shit! Oh,
yeah.
You kept the dagger in for flavor, but oh shit!
Calculated, 100%.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, Ara.
Okay.
Mumbling like, even when I'm paralyzed, I'm the MVP.
Just take a bonus action to pull out the knife.
I mean, that doesn't mean she'll be able to speak again.
Yep.
Yeah, let's let her use spells. That'll be fun.
I don't think spells, I don't think spells are working too well here.
No, it'll be great when she uses a fireball in this room.
Oh yeah. Or something that'll hit if she is a banshee and she wails.
I don't
It's
think
just
magic.
more spat that block.
I think magic does less damage on her. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. Also, that pool of water looks like a weather map.
Oh, that's not water. That is oil.
That oil looks like a weather map.
It does. It really, really does. I'm just saying that just in case fire happens. That's all. That's the only reason I'm mentioning that.
Skippy, fireball.
He doesn't have that yet. He almost burning hands, but then I remembered oil. What should he do next turn, though?
Essentially, what she is going to do is kind of take the step this way.
Which I will whack her for.
She... You know what? Let me roll this. Nope. Okay. So she is going to try to like reach out with both her hands and grab around Dustin's throat.
Did I hit,
Oh.
by the way, with 15?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not into this.
5 points from a silvered mace.
She's choking the wrong person.
It... Cat, you've been good all night.
And
It just
suddenly, nope.
kind of just seems to bounce off of her. Like, it doesn't really care. It just thunk.
Did it look like it hurt her at least a little bit?
Not really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well.
it just kind of doesn't.
All right, cool.
And
That's good to know.
she is going to. I am just using this as the attack. Is an 18 hit?
I think so. Let me check just in case, though. Yep.
The most you take is 2 points of damage where she's trying to like dig her fingers in. But whatever she's trying to do, like it almost seems more like it's causing her to vomit more of that blood than like actually be effective at this point.
I
and,
just
like
oh, no.
her like whatever like she like any sanity that she had been clinging to seems to be gone. Like she's almost feral at this point.
I just give a thumbs up as she's choking me, just to tell people that I'm okay.
He really likes being choked. Got it.
It's happened before.
Xanroar.
As a bonus action, I'm going to try and drop the anvil on her.
Bong.
Hopefully.
No. She manages to twitch to like in such a way that it just kind of slams into the ground next to her.
Alright, and just because I think this will be fun, I'm going to target the dagger in her throat and cast heat metal on it.
Oh, fuck.
So,
Constitution save.
if she fails, she takes half damage. And as long as
Roll,
it's
please.
burning into her. Alright, so she only takes, 3 or 4 damage? But it's still fire damage.
Yep.
And basically her neck is burning. So my idea is it's now cauterized her throat shut.
Essentially,
And and as long as it's still in there, she has disadvantage on all of her attacks.
okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up behind her. And that's it for me. Iggy, how we doing?
Almost there. And Ara, you get to stand there and watch him like pull like the.
No, please let her be on the floor at this point, just in an awkward position.
And like, so the blanket comes off. There's all that fur. Iggy has him unbound. He's essentially like wrapping him up in that fur, and like pulling the wood, like what is actually like a wooden mask, like a wolf mask, over his face, and just is in the process of picking him up. So where are he has a token. Why are you not tokening, token? Ah,
Nope, that's the entire map.
that is the wrong
Layer.
layer entirely. Let me
The
put it
world has moved.
The
layer.
world was turning and she
Why
was
is that
it
happen?
and she was.
Hold on, he's hiding under the bed now. There he is. You know what? Bad
Oh my
move.
god, he looked... What the shit?
Well,
I don't like that.
Well, it's
That
a
looks
wooden
dark.
mask. It's a dark mask.
Oh right, I remember you mentioned the wooden mask.
You are in the right place. To front. Okay, bed. I think everything's a best now, so that could just come back here. That's essentially where we are.
Good enough.
Yes. And Skippy!
Skippy, seeing her grabbing onto Dustin is not liking that. Oop, that's Xanroar's character sheet. And you shouldn't touch people unless they unless you ask permission first. At least that's what Temperance told me. And so stay away. And he's going to cast Acid Arrow on her.
He does
Or
not.
try to. Well, she still takes half of the D4 damage for a miss. So 5 points of acid damage
She is fizzling.
and burning.
Yep. Fizzing and burning, and I'm sure she smells fantastic. Ara
Oh yeah.
can make a roll.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Ara, you've been doing great. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Dustin.
So she's got me grappled around the neck, right?
Yeah,
Currently.
She was trying to choke you out, and it wasn't really effective.
Are the hands still around my neck?
Yes.
All right, and her mouth is open, right?
Yes.
All right. So I did have a
Just like.
I had a cabbage from earlier, so I'm gonna free hand the cabbage, shove it into her mouth, and say, "Chew on this, bitch!" And then it's just gonna start doing a shoving action towards the anvil here. I'm just trying to shove her back with the cabbage in her mouth.
Okay.
We're just shoving everything in so she can't speak.
So you have to make an attack and then contested strengths. I believe that's how shoving works, or is it just contested strengths?
For shoving, it's contested strength checks
Okay.
or athletics, whichever they prefer.
Athletics or strength?
If you have
I think
athletics,
it's athletics. Yeah.
She doesn't have that, so.
Oh.
But you still rolled higher.
Yeah, because it's an ability check.
It is
Oh,
not
you're
an
right.
attack, so you still managed to shove her in the dirt. So you're shoving her like here.
Yeah. So she trips over the anvil.
Anvil's
She
up in
can't
the
touch
air.
the anvil. The anvil is
Oh.
a ghost.
Oh, I should have clarified that. My bad. All right. Well, I still did it anyway, and that's my entire action, right?
Okay.
Wait,
No,
did
it's
I
one of
say
your
that?
it's one of your attacks.
That's one of my attacks. Can I, as a bonus action, do an improvised attack?
With what?
My fist.
Well, that would just be an unarmed attack. So you can punch
Right.
her if you like.
Don't you need both your hands for your lance, though?
Oh, I dropped my lens when I shoved a cabbage in her mouth.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So,
So,
she's sputtering, and there's...
would this be a surprise attack because she's sputtering from the
No,
cabbage?
she
thing?
knows you're there.
Damn.
You just shoved a cabbage in her face.
Damn it. So I'm gonna run up. What would this be? Would it just be a d20 plus my strength?
Yes. I forget if you get proficiency because it's your fist, but
Fighters don't.
fighters don't, because it's just your damage is your strength mod plus 1 when you're not a
My
monk.
what plus one?
When you're for
Strength.
damage,
Mhm.
like when you're not a monk, it's your strength mod plus 1. You just do that straight damage whenever you punch something.
She takes 5 damage.
You did not
He-
attack her yet.
He rolled the d20 at the
Oh,
bottom there. He
you
got
did.
21.
I see. Okay, yes. So she takes what damage?
5 damage.
Excuse me. You punch her, and she just doesn't seem to care.
Great. Don't punch her, guys. Don't hit
She
her.
is very cold. She is both squishy and crunchy.
I
And
love
like
those.
you pull your hand back and it's like stringing off of her.
All right. I'm gonna after that. I'm just gonna move back 5, 10, and go where my lance is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll deal with her.
Her turn.
Does she
And...
take an attack?
What?
Does she take an attack of opportunity?
You were...
He backed away from
Ah. She'll
had to punch.
just try to punch, or she has no
Paralyzing
weapons.
touch.
I'm going to roll that, because that's what I need. 27 to hit.
Oh,
Holy shit! She's got plus 8 to hit.
Constitution.
But, no. You don't. She's just trying to hit you.
Oh yeah, that hits.
I'm just rolling that because that's
Only
the
elves get paralyzed. Okay, we're special. Okay,
And
all right.
You will, same as before, 2 points of damage. She's not terribly. She's hurting, but not a lot.
Mhm.
And essentially going to try the same thing with
Xanroar?
Xanroar. Like she's kind of like half clawing at the dagger now, but it's burnt into her body, so it's kind of stuck now. And
Oh yeah, she had disadvantage on that attack because of the dagger.
oh yeah, so let's try that
Totally
again.
forgot about that.
I'll just roll it again. Where are you? There you are.
Sorry, that was my bad.
19 hit?
Yep.
Same thing. Let me put her at disadvantage for like ever now.
Unless she takes it out.
She's trying, but she's more like her thought processes have narrowed a great deal. She's seeming more like a zombie now because she can't speak and like she's angry. Like zombies don't really get angry. She's faster and like there is more intelligence there, but she's like you knew she wasn't sane, and she's kind of like fallen off an edge at the moment. So she is
Fair
going
enough.
to try and just whack at Xanroar.
No.
Nay. And she is noticing all the shenanigans happening over with Elzorna, so she is going to 5, 10, 15, 20 rush over this way. Whoops, that's not her. That is
That's
this
my
thing.
anvil.
So she's going to rush here.
I will take an attack of opportunity,
Yes.
but I'll miss.
You'll miss, and you like last time, kind of get a feeling it's probably not going to do a whole lot anyway. Now it is your turn.
I'll use my bonus action to make her make the Constitution save again against the heat metal.
Okay. Do.
There's the
Constitution.
again.
Wait, that would be normal, right? So 20.
Yeah. So she only takes half damage,
She looks really bad.
but yeah, everything's still disadvantaged because of that.
Yep.
And
It's probably
you know
like
what?
smoke coming out of like various holes in her head.
Just because I feel like it, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at her.
Is that max damage too?
I crit.
Oh, no, it's not.
So
I thought
that's
that was 2d12.
that's 24 points of radiant damage for a level 1 spell.
Ow!
That she just like erupts into like just like this ball of brilliant golden radiant energy and crumbles at the foot of the bed as she's reaching for Elzorna, just kind of like falls over and ceases to be.
Is the cabbage safe in her mouth?
That got dropped.
Damn it!
Am I still paralyzed?
You've got a whole minute of that, but
I'll go over.
eventually you will be unparalyzed.
I could let you out of that sooner, but I think I'd rather save the spells for Elzorna here.
I'll walk over and pick up R's limp, solid stone, paralyzed body.
That
until
last
the
one
meeting's
saved.
over.
She good now.
Just do a little sign of respect to the ashes. Iggy, may I have a look?
And he nods.
All right, I'll guide myself and do a medical exam of his friend, unless you want to give me some assistance here. Asking Iggy
And
specifically.
you will.
All right.
Um,
26.
yes, like from what you can tell, it seems like he's been given something that makes him sleep, like a poison. It's not going to kill him. His breathing is steady, but he's just like out cold right now.
I cast Lesser Restoration on him.
And he is going to flail up to sitting, like look around and just start scrambling backwards up against this wall.
Just heads up.
And Iggy's like, what? Yeah, fine. And he just kind of huddles there for a second, like breathing very heavy. He was just shocked.
You all right there, mate?
He kind of like it's hard. Like he is like this mask is kind of big, like the nose of the wolf is kind of like down where the middle of his chest would be, and the ears are kind of going up through. It just looks. It doesn't look like an actual cloak. It looks more like it's just like this big like black like sheet of fur that he has that's just like wrapped up around himself. And
Skippy kind of hops up. Do you want a pastry? I have a few extra left over. Or maybe some birdseed. I got some of that. Would you like that?
like there's hesitation, and Iggy nods at him, and he holds up, like he lifts his hands and does the sign for no. No, thank you.
Oh, okay. I guess that's all right. So, Iggy, you must be pretty happy we found your friend.
just kind of like you could see like all the tension just like bleed out of him, and he kind of noodles, essentially. And
I kind of quickly rush over to try and catch him and ease him
not
into
like
the chair.
noodles like he's gonna fall over, but like
Okay.
the tension bleeds out of him, and like the way he like his posture just kind of like relaxes. And he's like, this has been a long couple of days.
I bet. Does he speak or is looking over at Alzorna? Or is it just through the hand gestures?
You get the gesture for both.
When you're comfortable with people, I assume then.
He doesn't.
Do you know anything of some stones?
Let's give this guy a time to actually breathe and not run him down with questions. He just kind of woke up from being kidnapped.
I've woken up from worse to worse questions, but all right.
Fair
And,
enough. Why don't you check out those books? You seemed pretty interested in them before.
Yeah.
By the way, Elzorna buddy, your wounds are being taken care of by a barking and cannibal horse. They're A-OK.
You can't really tell his expression, but he kind of like looks at Dustin, then looks up at Iggy, and Iggy just shrugs. He's like, that's the first he's heard of this.
Dustin, I'm pretty sure the horses have been eaten by the wolves by this point.
Or maybe it's
I'm
vice versa.
sorry.
What did I name her? Shelby? Oh no, Shelby.
You name a lot of things, Shelby.
She was
I named
bilingual.
one thing, Shelby. She was bilingual. Right. She did.
Right. Anyways, do you need any additional healing there, Elzorna?
He'll shake his head. No.
Fair enough.
I'm grabbing all the books.
There, as
do-
far as you could tell, there are a lot of history, and some of them are journals.
I love history.
Do you need help carrying those? Just throw them in my bag.
Oh, thank you. I'll just yeet them in, except for the one that looked like it was about rituals. I'll keep that one on me for now because I want to read that post haste when we have a moment.
Yeah. If you guys are alright taking a rest, I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna start investigating this pool and this ritual site and see how it might have been not deflowered, but corrupted, that's the word.
Mr. Iggy, if you don't mind, could I please have Bartholomew back?
Huh? Oh. And he'll take his cabinet off and unfurl it and dig around to get the bulb, and then like just kind of like taps the edges and it just rolls itself back up and switch shut.
And Dustin will stand there with a big grin on his face holding his plant buddy.
Skippy will just hop up and just kind of be asking a lot of questions. That sounds about right.
Most of his responses are with gestures. He does speak. It's very soft and like what's it, laconic? Like very short answers. Like quiet and like he's not very verbose. The opposite of that, really.
Okay.
And you were investigating the thing?
Yeah, seeing how it was, trying to understand how it might have been corrupted. Shout over to Ara if she found anything that might explain it.
You could roll and investigate if you like of the pool.
Not bad.
No, I'm rolling pretty well tonight.
No, it's kind of like the pool that you first found. Like it is water, but like the oil's just sort of sitting on top of it. There's a good amount here. Underneath like the whole bottom of it, like it's a very similar carving to the one like you saw outside that had the phases of the moons with like the big full moon in the middle and the others sort of like arcing out from it. And looking up at the ceiling, there is what looks like part of the ceiling that could move away and maybe show the sky, but
I look around to
it's
see if there's anything to open it.
not really that you could see here. You're there, like there's no particular mechanism around. Um, but like a lot of it's now grown over with like roots and stuff, but you can see like there is like a circle piece in the ceiling. Like the ceiling itself, like most of this place, the ceiling is very high and like unfinished. So like you've got like just dirt and roots and stuff there, but it's hollowed out in a way, and like there are like hidden in it like beams and stuff that are like keeping everything from falling, but they seem like this whole place they don't want to have like stone ceilings essentially.
Hmm. I'm gonna just kind of make note of where this is relative to where we came in. So maybe once we go outside, might be able to find the outside version of it,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Elzorna does sign up to Iggy, I want to see the sky. And Iggy's like, yeah, I think we're good. We should not be down here anymore.
Yeah, let's head back to where we found your Zorna's wolves. Hopefully they've not run off at this point.
Also, on the way while we're doing that, I'm going to take some of the packed up salad. I'm going to go to Ozone and say, I'm not sure how long you've been down here, but are you hungry? I made some salad earlier.
He'll sign not essentially like not yet.
Yeah, this
If you
will
want some
respect that.
real food, I have some road jerky.
What's wrong with salads?
Doesn't have any meat.
You don't
Huh?
need meat to live, big man.
You can substitute things in salads for meat. There's beans. And he's just going to get into a whole explanation about beans and protein.
As soon as he starts, Xanroar starts to leave. And I'll make sure the path is clear. Skippy,
And,
why don't you come along?
Iggy will stay next to Elzorna, but you do notice that Elzorna has like a pretty pronounced limp as he's walking.
Hmm.
Like
Hold
he
on.
doesn't look like he's in pain, but it just looks like his gait is fucked up.
Is that normal? I do have some curative magic left.
He kind of just waves it off.
You want to get on my shoulders?
He just ignores that and keeps going.
Oh.
So it is now getting on midnight. I think we could pause it there.
Is Shelby
Yep.
alive?
We could pick that up. We could roll for Shelby's existence next week.
Oh, the suspense
See-
is gonna kill me.
No, what's really good is I want to find out what's up with all these bugs down
And I
here.
want to fucking find some stones now.
Infinity Stone.
Fill up your gauntlet.
Ara will become a muscle rogue.
You should have gone for the head.
Never seen a muscle rogue before.
First time for everything.
Rogue Barian.
Roll the thing real quick. Nope. Okay. I was just rolling if Iggy may have noticed something along the way, but he did not.
Shit! It was the stones. They're just like in a pile.
I used the stone to destroy the stone.
Would it take any time at all to figure out what's going on with these bugs down here?
Roll an intelligence.
It's really bugging
Or
him.
you can roll an intelligence, or you can roll a nature or survival, like that sort of like whatever he would
Survival's my
like whatever
best.
he would specifically like think on.
Oh,
Stop it.
Rolling
Spiders.
hot tonight.
Spiders need to eat something, and the Ettercaps and Drider were a bit more intelligent, so you think maybe they were just sort of like a breeding ground specifically for food.
Okay, cool. My curiosity is sated.
Like after you like relax and calm down, you're like, oh, that kind of makes a bit of sense.
Yep. Doubt there's anything useful down there.
I can't wait to get a bug ground.
no.
That didn't
My
even
jokes
work
were
well.
bad. You know,
You guys missed my first pun. I have to make another one.
Okay, so I am going to end the stream here.
Bye,
Ooh.
stream.
Goodbye, Internet. Thank you for joining us on this shenanigans-full adventure.